When you're in that kind of very first meeting, you and Jason, the person who's leading that meeting has a name, a really specific name for these like kind of traumatic experiences that might happen to children, right?
Oh, the adverse childhood experiences?
Yeah.
ACEs is what they call them.
Yeah. And like the list of these things, any individual one, for someone like me, kind of privileged to be raised as I was, right? Like any one of these things was like alarming. But, foster kids have often experienced like 5 or 7 of these, right?
Usually even more, to be honest with you. I think, they did this exercise in our training where we watched this video, and it was a 7-year-old boy who'd been abused. He'd gone to live with a family member. He'd gone back to the other family member. He'd gone back to another family member. He'd experienced violence in the home, domestic violence. He'd seen drug-addicted parents, whatever. There was a whole list of things that had happened. And, we sort of rattled these whole things off on a dry erase board, what would you consider to be some sort of trauma that might go on in a household? So whether that's anything from like a divorced parent to being detained, removed from a home, to whatever it might be. And then we all had to raise our hands and say how many of these we'd experienced. And I think the most that anyone in the room had was probably 5. And then we counted them up for this kid, and it was like 17. And he was 7 years old. I think that's the thing, really probably answers your previous question, but the one constant in every single case in foster care is that no child is signing up for it.